everybody, and welcome to episode 18 of the Detroit Lions franchise. This is going to be a big week for us, coming off a big win against the Green Bay Packers, 20-13. You can see on the top left. And the big news is that we're currently the 7th seed going into the playoffs, which is absolutely awesome. When it came off the bye week, having 2 losses straight, Matthew Stafford throwing 6 interceptions in between those 2 games. Playoffs were looking pretty slim, and we've done a great job since then. We've already strung along 3 wins in a row, and if we're practically in a situation now where it's win and you're in. And if we lose here, well, we're showing it on the screen right now just how tight the NFC is currently. So we are currently at 9-6, but look how many teams are 9-6 as well. There's about 3 or 4, and then the 8-7 teams that are just 1 win away from being able to go ahead and steal a playoff spot. So this is definitely an important game. Of course, Desmond Trufant there, you can see, wins Player of the Week with a 3 interception performance against none other than Aaron Rodgers. He was a very big part of our victory. We were able to create turnovers. A lot of those interceptions came off pressure. We made him throw when he was uncomfortable, and we benefited from it. But that means nothing this week. We need to come out and get a big win against the Pittsburgh Steelers, who are kind of a middle-of-the-pack team. Similar record to us. I believe at this point they are 8-7. So we're going in here. This is a team that has, found success and, struggled at certain points throughout the season. So we really need to be on top for a game. Of course, TJ Hawkinson will be returning. We decided to sit him out last week with a bruised sternum. He was in a lot of pain. We did not feel it would be worth the risk of bringing him back. So he will be back this week, which is going to be a big part of our offense. We know how dangerous he is in the passing game, and we're just happy to have him back, and I'm sure Matthew Stafford is as well, as the first kickoff is nothing less than a touchback. It's tradition at this point, and that means Ben Roethlisberger will be coming out here first with the Pittsburgh offense. And a decent season so far, just about 4,000 yards, 21 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. It's definitely nothing, phenomenal. But, I think he's done enough to get this team in a position where they can compete as well in the AFC. And we're just hoping that we can limit this offense as much as possible going into this final week. And hopefully get a big win here so we can slide ourselves into the playoffs. So first play there is going to be to James Conner on a little flat route there. You can see our big injuries right there. So, of course, we're still missing Frank Ragnow, Kerryon Johnson, and Rodney Foreman, our star receiver. It's unfortunate, but we've dealt with it phenomenally so far. We've kind of changed the scheme into a more of a time managing, just try and keep the ball out of the offense's hands. And when the offense does have the ball, then we're going to need our defense to step up. And that's not going to change this week as well, as James Conner on the very next play is going to get only 2 yards on that rush there. A decent season for him, 140 yards for 140 carries for 613 yards. I'm wondering if he split carries throughout the year. It is pretty low, though Pittsburgh is not known for their running game as well. You can also tell by in real life this season, or last season, I guess you can say, now that we're technically entering the off season, is that they didn't have a very good run game. They, had a non-existent run game. It was all about passing the ball, and at some point, I believe, once they got to 11-0, that's when the losses start piling up, and it started to catch up to them that, defenses are going to be able to adjust to your passing game, and if they know you can't run, then there's really not much you have to worry about as long as you can limit the passing game. And that's exactly what happened in real life. As Ben Roethlisberger, we're going to get our first sack of the game. They're going to give that one to Trey Flowers, but we're definitely going to give some props there to Romeo Okwara, who was there as well. So in my head, this is going to be a 0.5 sack for each player, as they're going to be going for Chase Claypool on the corner route, Amani in coverage. And now Matthew Stafford is coming out here. Had a decent week last week. Didn't throw for a lot of yards, didn't throw much just in general. Like I said, our scheme has been to just manage the clock, keep the defense, off the field. And if we can run the ball successfully here this week, we're going to be looking good once again. But this is a talented defense nonetheless, even at their record. I mean, they have Cameron Hayward, they still have TJ Watt, and they added Snacks Harrison, defensive tackle, one of the better run stoppers in the past 10 years, I would say. So this is definitely not an easy team to go up against on defense. Of course, they still have Minkah Fitzpatrick, Joe Hayden, a veteran cornerback. This is just a talented team. If you want to look on offense, I mean, the receiving core is phenomenal. Deontay Johnson, Chase Claypool, and Juju Smith-Schuster, they have talent all over the field. They have playmakers all over the field, and we're going to have a hard time limiting them. Now, 1st and 10 on the 33. Matthew Stafford in the I formation hands this one off to Swift, who gets to the outside. A great block there by, I believe, TJ Hawkinson on the oncoming linebacker, and we're going to be able to get 7 yards on that first down play. So 2nd and 3 now on the 39. Matthew Stafford with Swift off to his right. Looking around, he's going to throw this one high for Sammy Watkins, and a little unfortunate. I think if we were able to lower that ball, he might have been able to turn it upfield and make a play. Overall, only a gain of about 1. So we're going to run it on the very next play, and that is going to be a tight call. And hopefully the refs move the chains, and that's exactly what they do. So a little bit of a lucky break there. Snack Harrison, who we brought up just before, was the one making the tackle. And speaking of this D-line, I completely forgot about Stephen Tuitt as well, who also is a superstar. So I believe they have 3 D-linemen, or at least, we're going to add TJ Watt to that discussion as he is an edge rusher. They have 3 guys who play in the front 7 who have superstar abilities. And then if you're going to have someone to fill out that 4th spot, I mean, you're going to have Bud Dupree and Snack Harrison. I mean, this is an absolute talented defensive line, and running the ball will definitely not be an easy matter, especially with Frank Ragnow injured. Now we run it here, and that's going to be taken down. So that's going to be a gain of nothing on 2nd and 10. So we're in the 3rd and 10 on the 42 here, and we want to score points early, hopefully, with about a minute left in the first quarter. Matthew Stafford taking care of his audibles. He's going to snap the ball and drop back. There's a blitz coming in from the corner. Matthew Stafford rolling out and nothing open. So he's going to be forced to throw this ball out of bounds, and that means Fox is going to come out to punt. Now, of course, this is a short punt, so we need good positioning here. He's going to land it there. And, oh God, he picks it up in the end zone. There is a flag on the field, but he did take the ball from the outside of the end zone back in. So depending on the call, and it is a blocking on the back on the punt returner, Trindon Levy, and that's going to be a safety. So definitely an awkward play as we get one for ourselves here as they go for the punt kickoff right after, and Dawkins unable to track the ball. Perhaps it was the sun, I'm not sure, but is completely out of position. Unfortunately, we can't take advantage of those punts, which are, regularly shorter than any kickoff. So we're only going to get the ball at the 16-yard line. But a very lucky play on our punt to force a safety. A great job by the pursuit team. Fox made an amazing job of being able to sit the ball down. And I think Levy, naturally, as soon as he got close to the ball, even though, his intentions were probably to block someone, the game probably kind of glitched out and made him, pick up the ball because he got close to it. It's going to result in a safety, so 2 points up for us. And of course, we do get the ball back right away as we're going to find Kerry Haynes, who's been absolutely phenomenal the past 2 weeks, our best receiver. Of course, I'm going to remind you guys every episode, this is a 5th or 6th round receiver that we drafted who is now becoming, who has now stepped up with the disappearance or at least the injury of Rodney Foreman. And he's been absolutely a shocker for us so far in the past 2 weeks. We're definitely happy that we decided to, sit him for a little good part of the season, and he's developed in the background as well. He's definitely gotten a couple upgrade points as the season gone in, and he's looking like he's benefiting from a little bit of time on the sideline, learning the playbook, learning the schemes, and just getting his feet under him. And he's been phenomenal for this offense so far. He's definitely been reliable for Matthew Stafford. 2nd and 7 now. We are now in the second quarter with about 7.5 minutes left. Matthew Stafford, pressure coming in, is going to find Brashad Perriman down the middle. That's going to be enough for a big first down. 7 for 10 so far for Matthew Stafford and just over 50 yards. 1st and 10, once again, handing this ball off. This is a talented group of linebackers, but it's going to be Minkah Fitzpatrick who makes the touchdown-saving tackle. And of course, you saw there Charvarius Ward, another good cornerback. He came over from the, Kansas City Chiefs. So they've got talent on this defense just all over. They were able to add Charvarius Ward. Is going deep here for David Njoku, and he is going to be unable to bring it down with him. So it's going to be 2nd and 10, but just overall lots of talent on this defense. So we're going to have to figure out how to work around that. Now dumping this one off to DeAndre Swift with TJ Watt in their face right away. But about 3 or 4 defenders are getting involved on the tackle there. So that is going to be a loss of 1. And now Matthew Stafford returns on 3rd and 11 in the empty back set, hoping to find someone wide open. Looking around, we're going to find TJ Hawkinson with Fitzpatrick in coverage, but he's going to be able to get the first down before being taken down. And 750 yards so far for TJ Hawkinson. He has been phenomenal for us this year. And I think if we look at it realistically, if we're going to be looking at top-end tight ends, is we're going to be able to find Breshad Perriman as Matthew Stafford is rolling out from the pressure. But if we look at top-end tight ends, I would put those, tight ends who gain about 700, maybe 650, anywhere from 650 to 800 yards as probably the elite tight ends, or at least definitely the above average, the great tight ends. And then, of course, you get your George Kittles, your Travis Kelce's, who are going to get you over 1,000 yards. But I think TJ Hawkinson has taken another step forward in his career. More importantly, he stayed healthy, relatively for the whole season. Of course, he did go out in the Packers game, but it was just a bruised sternum, so he is back this week, obviously. But he stayed healthy all season, something he struggled with in the past. And I think he's taken another big step forward of being a reliable tight end option for us. Now, after the field goal, we get the awkward score of 5-0. Not something that you see too often in the NFL, but here it is. And it's going to be the Steelers offense back out. And on the first down, he's going to throw this one out of bounds. But very next play, he finds Eric Ebron, who almost runs right over Justin Coleman. But thankfully, I believe it was Mitch Klein who was able to get involved there and help take him down. Very next play is going to be another sack for the defense. This time, Deshaun Hand, our defensive tackle. We absolutely love seeing that. We brought it up before. Our D-line everywhere is getting involved and bringing in the pressure. It's taking a lot of pressure off our linebackers and quarterbacks. Is going Chase Claypool on the high ball there, but that's going to be caught out of bounds. So 3rd and 15 with about 2.5 minutes left in the half. Ben Roethlisberger dropping back. He's going to try and find the open receiver, and finally pressure coming in, and this one's going to sail over the head of probably intended target of Chase Claypool, or at least Juju Smith-Schuster, but the contact forced him to throw it incomplete, so that one's just going to sail in the middle of the field. Luckily, it's not intercepted for the Steelers offense, as DeAndre Swift, very next play, pitch play, is going to break a tackle from Minkah Fitzpatrick and able to fight for a couple extra yards to set us up for a 2nd and 2. Now, we've officially hit the 2-minute warning, so Matthew Stafford in the empty back set. Short toss there to TJ Hawkinson in the middle. It's going to be enough for the first down, but of course we don't get out of bounds and we don't use a timeout, so clock is ticking. We want to take advantage of this drive if we can. Looking around, pressure coming in, incomplete with Breshad Perriman, the intended target, but it's going to be a holding call on Jonah Jackson, so 2nd-year left guard. So that's going to automatically put us in a 1st and 20 situation, and hopefully our goals of putting up points on this drive are not wiped off just like that. Kerry Haynes down the middle now is going to pick up some of those yards back, about half of them, so 2nd and 10, and this puts us in a more manageable situation to go ahead and get the first down. But of course, once again, no timeout and we don't get out of bounds, so that's time off the clock. Very next play, flat 2, DeAndre Swift, but unable to break the tackle of Terrell Edmunds. So 3rd and 10, and clock is ticking. Once again, haven't used our timeout, but I'm guessing the train of thought is here that if we don't get the first down, and we do not, it is intercepted. And he is going all the way back. He's able to jump the hook route, and this is something that we've seen already a couple times this season. And just like that, the Steelers are going to get the lead going into half, very likely. I mean, 36 seconds left. You have 3 timeouts, but a very unfortunate play there. As you know, you're safe with the ball. You can punt the ball, put them in bad field position, and then hope your defense can stop them from getting, any points up on the board. But you throw an interception, you're not very safe with the ball, and just like that, they take the lead. Now, coming back out here, it looks like the offense is still hoping to put up some points on the board as they find Sammy Watkins near the sideline. He's going to get out of bounds. So about 30 seconds left in the half. Matthew Stafford looking around, hit as he throws. So it's going to be an incomplete pass, and it's going to be 3rd and 4 with 25 seconds. Matthew Stafford in the shotgun, looking around, and pressure coming in once again. He is able to get the ball off. It's not going to be a sack, but we're going to be forced to punt it here. And just like that, with 12 seconds left, Ben Roethlisberger gets to come back out here, and we have to expect a run to a certain extent. But there is a little bit of a bunch formation off to the right, but they do end up running it to James Conner, and Jelani Tavai is going to be able to make the tackle. So an unfortunate interception going into half. Matthew Stafford throws the pick six. We've completely dominated them at both aspects of the game so far. They're only averaging 2.2 yards per play. Our defense has looked phenomenal. The offense has been able to move the ball. We just haven't been able to punch it in yet. So that's going to be the next key going into the second half if we hope to win and in our way to the playoffs. Now, Matthew Stafford is going to step out there for the first time this half, 1st and 10 on the 25. He's going to hand this one off to DeAndre Swift, who breaks the tackle. This is the very first play of the half. Minkah Fitzpatrick in pursuit. Can he do it? He finally gets his way into the end zone. And this is the big play that we've been waiting for all season from DeAndre Swift. I mean, I really thought that he would be the more elusive back all season for us when it came to our duo of him and Kerryon Johnson. I really thought that he would be our big play guy as he's going to reach 21 miles per hour. But we really thought he was going to be our big play guy compared to Kerryon Johnson, who was going to be, kind of our red zone, 3rd and short, 4th and short guy. But it's been quite the opposite all year, where Kerryon Johnson has actually been able to get a couple big runs throughout the year. And that is going to be the first big play for DeAndre Swift, which goes for 75 yards on the very first play of the half. Now, of course, Pittsburgh has to bounce back now. And here they come. So 1st and 10 now. Ben Roethlisberger is going to hand it off to James Conner, but it's going to be Jamie Collins and Tracy Walker getting involved for the tackle. So 2nd and 10 after a gain of absolutely nothing on the first run. Ben Roethlisberger looking around in the shotgun. He's going to find Chase Claypool wide open in the middle. He does come back, though. I don't know if the forward motion is going to help him there, and it is not. So 3rd and 11, Jamie Collins was able to take him down before he recrosses that first down marker. But now, a little bit of a pitch, and it's going to be a big first down for James Conner. So a little bit of a trick play there. They fake the dive to the fullback and flip it out to the running back, and it's going to be enough to get them a first down. Great job by Malik Hooker making the safe tackle on James Conner. Now 1st and 10 on the 50. Looking to the sideline there, and that's going to be Juju Smith-Schuster. I believe his only first catch of the game so far here today. Now 2nd and 3 after the outside pass there is going to be thrown to Eric Ebron, and that is going to be Jared Davis making the big stop there. He's able to knock this one out and initiate contact as soon as Ebron touches the ball. So it's going to be a 3rd and 3, and we get the chance to get them to pack their bags. But of course, Juju Smith-Schuster, the infamous little sit route right between the guard and the center, which has been kind of our kryptonite all year long, is going to work once again there. And this is why I need a safety, or at least an athletic linebacker who can cover, down low in the middle for us a little bit better than what we currently have with Jelani Tavai, Mitch Klein, Jared Davis, and Jamie Collins. Very next play, we bring the blitz, but it's play action. Looking down to the middle, and that's going to be Juju Smith-Schuster. And as I brought him up before with his very own catch, it looks like this drive is all him so far. Empty back set now on the 17-yard line. Ben Roethlisberger drops back, looking around, and with pressure coming in from the ends, he's going to end up throwing this ball away. So 2nd and 10. Ben Roethlisberger with Conner off to his left. He's going to get it short there to Juju Smith-Schuster. I believe this is already his 4th catch of the drive so far. So he has definitely been part of the game plan going into the second half. Get the ball into their playmakers, it seems like. Bringing the blitz, James Conner almost breaking a tackle, but Jelani Tavai is going to slow him down just enough for Tracy Walker to finish the job. But a first down nonetheless. So 1st and goal on the 3-yard line with 3 minutes left in the third. It's going to be handed off to Derek Watt. I believe he is the middle child of the 3 Watt brothers. The only one who doesn't play defense. He plays fullback, who gets a big touchdown for them. And that's going to set them up to regain the lead. And it's going to be 13-2 now as they go for a 2-point conversion. And that's going to be us losing the lead. Only down 1, though, so a field goal could regain control for us as we're trying to get Leonard Fournette involved in the offense once again, but we've found absolutely zero success with him so far this year. I'm trying to, it's starting to believe that to sign him was probably not the best decision, maybe not the best fit, but we've also haven't given him much opportunities to get hot so far, but hopefully Kerryon Johnson can stay healthy. We've been impressed with him. And he'll definitely be looking to get a new contract in the offseason. As pressure coming in right down the middle, that is Stephon Tuitt, who's able to create contact before Matthew Stafford can get the ball out. and we're going to be forced to punt once again. So now it is the Pittsburgh defense stepping up, similar to what our defense did in the first half. Lee is going to make up for the safety from earlier on, and he's going to get a decent gain there of about 11 yards. So now Ben Roethlisberger is hoping to solidify this lead, and this defense needs to go out and make a play. Very first play, handoff to Connor, and it's going to be Trey Flowers as well with Malik Hooker and Jelani Tavai all getting together to make the tackle there, but a gain of 3. So 2nd and 7. Ben Roethlisberger, play action. Looking around after dropping back, and he's going to find a wide open Deontay Johnson, one of the more underrated receivers in the league, and he's going to get wide open there on the deep dig route, but all day in the pocket as no pressure comes in, so he's practically able to get all the way across the field in order to make that play. Next play, pressure coming in, and he's going to throw this one out of bounds. A sack could have been big there, but a great job by Ben Roethlisberger to throw this one away. 2nd and 10 now with only 25 seconds left in the quarter. He's going to hand this one off, and it's going to be a gain of 0, as Jaylen Samuels is the second back on this team. And we haven't seen him too much yet so far today, and this is, I believe, that was his first carry of the game. And, they haven't run, too much in the first place, but James Conner has been the main focus when it has come to running. But in the shotgun now, it looks like Jaylen Samuel is going to, get a majority of the snaps now. So going deep here for Deontay Johnson, but Jeff Okudah able to stick to him like glue, and he's not going to let him create any separation downfield. So that's going to be tipped out of bounds as a great punt from the Pittsburgh punter. I believe that is Barry, and he's going to be able to pin us down on the 3-yard line. And just like that, a tough situation for us already going into this drive. Now play action, looking around. Matthew Stafford trying to find somebody open, but nobody gets open on the play action. We were hoping that they would, sell out on the run, but they were ready for the pass there. So 2nd and 10, and we did not gain anything. So we are still in a tough situation. Hopefully, DeAndre Swift gets a decent run. He's had a great game after that 75-yard rush. But ideally, we just wanted to give ourselves a little bit more room, and we might have done that here, but we need a first down. And we find Kerry Haynes down the middle in a great little block by Sammy Watkins, just enough to chip the linebacker so Kerry Haynes can get around and get big-time extra yards. So that is a great job by Sammy Watkins. And I like the toughness Kerry Haynes showed at the end there to break an extra tackle, looking to make a bigger play. Now on the sideline, it is Sammy Watkins being rewarded for his big block. 5 receptions there for 40 yards. A little comeback route there. So 1st and 10 now on the 43. So we've already done quite a bit, from starting at the 1-yard line, but fumbles it as he's hit. And it's going to be Bud Dupree who's going to take this one to the end zone. And a big play by the defense after everything started off well. It is not going to be reviewed. And just like that, it's going to be 20-12 for the Pittsburgh Steelers. We need to do something here. It is still a 1-possession game. Of course, we would need the touchdown and the 2-point conversion, but it is not impossible. And we need Matthew Stafford to go out and make a play, as he's going to find Kerry Haynes right open in the seam. A great little toss there. He's able to put it right on his chest. Kerry Haynes is going to have the time to secure the ball and then protect himself from a possible big hit from the cornerback who was watching over in his zone. Now we're going to find Brashad Perriman on the very next play. Big yards after the catch, but there is a flag on the field. And I believe this will be on the offense. And it is once again a holding call. And for the second time, it is on second-year guard Jonah Jackson. Now the first time we were put into a 1st and 20 situation, we were not able to get the first down. Hopefully we can do something here now, because it is absolutely important that we put up points on this board right away. Matthew Stafford looking around. He's going to have no choice but to roll out. And this defensive line is becoming to get a little overwhelming. All these X factors. And you can look at the defensive line right now. They're only rushing 3 guys, but it is 3 superstar abilities. As a big catch on the sideline from DeAndre Swift. And Pittsburgh is going to challenge that, but it looked pretty clean for me from the initial angle of the throw, and we'll have to review it. And to me, it looks like a clean catch, and we absolutely love that. But it looks like 1 foot was up, so it'll be hard to see the ruling. And they're going to rule this one incomplete. So to me, That catch looked pretty obvious that he got his 2 feet in bounds as he dragged them before falling down. But they're going to say that it was incomplete, forcing us to punt the ball. And Detroit, this is not the first time Detroit may have been robbed of a bad penalty during the game, but we might be able to add that to the list. That is absolutely heartbreaking as pressure coming in and unable to make a play on it. Deontay Johnson trying to get the high point ball. But a heartbreaking call there for DeAndre Swift, who stretches out, makes a absolutely impressive catch, something you don't expect from a running back very often. But it's not going to be ruled in our favor. Is on, the next drive now. Pittsburgh maybe has a chance to seal this game. Keep the ball in bounds. Keep that clock running. And they put points up on here. And we might be in trouble. Very next play. It's going to be a screen pass to Samuel, who is going to be able to get the first down. But we are able to force him out of bounds, which is, I guess, the positive out of that play. But we need them to get their bags packing quickly, because even a field goal is going to make this a 2-possession game and a situation that we might not be able to return from. Samuel is now able to gain about 3 yards, so now they're focusing on keeping that ball in bounds. And now in the empty back set, so we know they're going to come out passing here. We need a big play. Heading to the sideline, pressure coming in, so he's just going to throw this one out of bounds. So 3rd and 7, it is now or never for this defense to go ahead and get this offense off the field. Ben Roethlisberger dropping back, another screen play, and a natural screen on Malik Hooker, who was supposed to be on the scene. And, he just gets caught up in the offensive lineman, blocking the defensive end. And Samuels makes another big play on the screen, and he's able to get a big first down. And just like that, a couple more yards, and they're probably in field goal position. Right down the middle now to Chase Claypool. He's going to gain about 5 yards there before he gets taken down by a couple linebackers. So 2nd and 4 now for Ben Roethlisberger. Samuel's off to his left. He's going to snap the ball, drop back, looking for an open guy, going to the end zone, and he's going to catch it, but there's no doubt about it. That was out of bounds. Jelani Tavine, a little bit of a mismatch there, but he was there. He did the job. We're happy with that. 3rd and 4 now. You're going to see James Conner motioning out to the right, so they're going to be throwing this ball here. We need to make a play. Watch the under route, and that's exactly where they go. It's going to be Eric Ebron, who was very effective in the first half. Haven't seen him too much since the 3rd quarter, but here he is making a big catch. And just like that, they are in field goal position, but it looks like this offense is going out to score. Time running out, now only about 2.5 minutes left. They're going to throw this one short to Ebron, but Tracy Walker is able to punch it out. Ebron is renowned for his struggles catching the ball, especially the easy ones, so we're going to take advantage of that one right there. Ben Roethlisberger sideline, and it is going to be, I do not know who that is. I believe that was the backup tight end going in for the catch. Yep, that's going to be Gentry, who makes a big catch to put them in for a gain of 6. So 3rd and 4 on the 8-yard line. Ben Roethlisberger still throwing the ball, and this time it is going to be caught low by Deontay Johnson. And that is absolutely heartbreaking, but this is going to be to a booth review, and it's actually the first time I was actually interested in this, but they're actually reviewing a trap catch, but there's no doubt about it. That ball was off the ground at all times. And a big drive for the Steelers, making this a 2-possession game. And we're going to have to not only score quickly, but we're going to need a miracle if we're going to come back into this one with only 2.5 minutes left. So here comes Matthew Stafford. We need some big plays, and we need them now. No more turnovers. Matthew Stafford is going to throw this one off to Swift. Good blocks ahead of him, and he's going to gain about 8 to 9 yards. So that's going to set us up for a 2nd and 1. In the empty set now, Matthew Stafford looking around. He's going to drop back after the snap, and he's going to find Sammy Watkins, who's able to make the tough catch with Charvarius Ward in coverage. And here comes the hurry-up offense of the Detroit Lions. Looking around, dropping back, avoiding the pressure down the middle. And Kerry Haynes, another big catch, trying to make a man miss, but it doesn't work there. And Kerry Haynes is going to be able to put us in good field position. 5 catches for him so far. Stafford now play action. Looking around, and he's going to throw this one near the sideline to Sammy Watkins, who comes up with a big catch, but also able to get out of bounds. So we still have yet to use one of our timeouts. Sammy Watkins has had a great week, 7 catches for 72 yards. And here we go. Matthew Stafford going to the end zone. And a close call there by Matthew Stafford, taking a risk. Fortunately, it goes over the hands of all defenders there. But it is going to be a 2nd and 10. Going back to the middle, Kerry Haynes. I believe that is his 6th catch of the game, but another first down. But we are forced to take our first timeout. Now, play action here. They're bringing pressure. We need to look quickly. He's going to throw this one short to David Njoku. Does a great job turning upfield. And we do get our touchdown. A big touchdown there for David Njoku. Of course, we traded for him right before the bye week. And he's been, I've said it before. Next season is going to be his prove-it season. We've already signed him to a long-term deal. But he's kind of already shown us with the small sample size that we have gotten that he might very much fit well in what we're trying to do with him, and that's in the H-back role. But of course, we need a stop here on defense. First play there for James Conner is able to stay up a little bit longer for a gain of 4, but he's able to pin Malik Hooker up a little bit, so he's going to waste some time there. A good decision there by James Conner. Very next play, Jelani Tavai in the backfield, but of course, we've now used all 3 of our timeouts with 45 seconds left in the game. We still need 8 points, so a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. And after the punt and getting out of bounds, we have 3 seconds left on the field, and we need a miracle. Matthew Stafford throwing it deep, and it's going to be intercepted. That's going to be Levi, and he's going to make a big play after giving up the safety earlier on. And that's going to be his redemption play. And unfortunately, a big loss, and that very much causes us to, be unsure of our playoff status. Now, of course, before we go look at that, we have a couple upgrades here to go through. David Njoku, number 1. We're going to give him the position 1. We're just hoping we can make him the scheme fit so we can start getting XP points a little bit quicker. DeAndre Swift as well, who's had a good season, is finally going to get to that 80 overall rating. It's at 81 right now, but that's only because of the +1 in morale. And Taylor Decker, we're going to go on pass protector. He struggled at certain points throughout the season. And this is a big week for us. And here we go for the advance. We did not make the playoffs, ladies and gentlemen. We did get our contract extended, but that it was not our goal. You can see all our players from the practice squad getting signed, and it is indeed the Falcons who end up taking the 7th seed. You can see the Ravens actually bumped the Browns all the way down to 5th seed. But a heartbreaking loss. That will be the end of the season. It will be the off season next. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm going to post more news. I've decided to do a live stream. If you guys can join, it'll be awesome. You guys can get interactive with the series. And if not, then you'll just get to watch after and see the decisions I make. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm sorry about the loss. We were expecting more, but peace out, guys.